I'm Julie Pace at the White House. Today, President Barack Obama is announcing an $8 billion investment to build the first new nuclear power plant in the U.S. in nearly 3 decades. I'm joined by Carol Browner, Director of the White House Office on Energy and Climate Change. Now, how significant is today's announcement by the President?
Well, as you said, we haven't built a nuclear plant in this country in almost 3 decades. What we're doing is jumpstarting that industry. Not only do we want to build these plants, but we want to be able to compete in the global demand for nuclear technology. And by doing this here, we'll be able to do that.
Now, this investment that the President is announcing is actually a federal loan guarantee. Right. There are some critics, though, who say that this is going to put taxpayers on the hook, given that the nuclear industry has a history of defaulting on loans. What would you say to those critics?
This has been studied over and over again and scrubbed, and we feel quite confident that this loan guarantee is the right thing to do and that these companies will be able to meet their obligations.
And everyone always wants to know about timeline when it comes to new sources of energy. And I know that this site in Georgia hasn't officially been approved yet. Are you expecting that to be approved? And what would be the timeline for actually getting construction underway?
So they've already begun the construction. Last August they started site preparation. They will now go to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to get their final permits. We anticipate that's a 12 to 18 month time frame. There are 3,000 construction jobs associated with building this plant, and we expect the plants to be done in about 6 to 7 years, at which point we'll have 800 permanent jobs.
And what does that mean in terms of having people actually be able to, power their homes with this energy from these plants?
Well, it means in about 6 to 7 years, 1.4 million citizens will receive energy from this facility. There's a growing demand for energy in Georgia, and this will be an important way of meeting it.
Where does nuclear fall into the long-term energy uses in this country?
Well, I think it's going to be an important part. It will not be the only part. Right now it's about 19% of our energy production, but we are investing large amounts in wind and solar and geothermal, and that's going to also be an increasing amount of our production.
Finally, when it comes to nuclear power, there are always concerns about safety. What kind of safety preparations have gone into this plant? What is being said to people who live in this neighborhood in Georgia?
There are 2 existing nuclear power plants at this site, so there would be 4 at the end of this project. The NRC is responsible for safety. They take that job very, very seriously. These are some new technologies that people are very excited about, and it has a tremendous amount of support both in the community, the governor, the congressional delegation, and so we are very hopeful that this is going to really restart the nuclear industry here in the United States, because we want to compete in the global demand for nuclear energy. China's building 21 nuclear plants. We want to be selling good American technology around the world as people start to use more nuclear.
Plans for more loans?
There is more money. There is more money available. There was a total in 2005. Congress gave the Department of Energy $18.5 billion. This loan guarantee is $8.3. So there is more money available, and there are more projects in the queue. We're also asking Congress for another $36 billion in loan guarantee in this year's budget.
Carol Browner, Director of the White House Office on Energy and Climate Change. I'm Julie Pace for the Associated Press at the White House.